What we're being asked about most by our clients is the continuing impact of Brexit.
Okay.
Despite the fact that there are plenty of other long-term issues, it's that short-term focus which we're being asked about.
What's the question they're asking?
They're asking, what are we doing about it, and what are the impacts likely to be were we to go? And the question is always, were we to go? It's not, were we to stay?
Interesting. And what are you telling them?
Well, I think from here on, and our view is from here, were we to leave, there is still more bad news for sterling to come. Despite the fact we've seen big 10, 11% move on a trade-weighted basis so far since the end of December, I think there's more to go for in sterling.
Do you feel that you are getting enough information, though, about the ramifications of the stay and the ramifications of the leave? I guess the stay we kind of know because it'd be very similar to what we have now. But in terms of the leave, I personally don't feel I have much accurate information about it. And I know that it would be a very difficult leap in the dark. I think it was Neil Woodford who said the same. He said the debate on the economics is not very good. It's not very high standard at the moment.
I would 100% concur with that. Yeah. The quality of the debate has been every bit as woeful as it was during the Scottish referendum, as it happened. So, yeah, the quality of the debate has been very poor, and it's difficult to draw conclusions. What you're hunting around for are hard data, if you can find any.
Yeah, and it's difficult to extract from current data because it is a step in the dark. No one's done this before. Philippe, it's difficult for you as well. I know that a lot of financial institutions are saying to their employees now, just steer clear of this one as well. But your clients are putting you in the middle of this because your clients are saying to you similar kind of questions to Richard. But the banks, and I don't know what BNP are saying, but a lot of the banks are saying, can you guys just be a little bit careful on this one? That's not helping the debate.
No, indeed. And for us, it's more like not should they go, should they stay? It's more a question what will the market impact be, and it will create uncertainty. And it will be the 23rd of June. May is coming up, sell in May and go away, so people are already very worried.
So we're going to have an illiquidity problem anyway.
Yeah, so uncertainty, and then potentially we will also have Spanish elections afterwards. We will see whether they get a compromise, but if they don't get a compromise, and there is a very big chance of that, you will probably have elections not too far from the 23rd of June. So June will be a hot month in terms of geopolitics.
This is very interesting because I remember back in my old days as a FTSE options market maker that on a general election, we're going back 20 odd years now, and on a general election, you would have a very, very big expected movement on the back of a Labour or a Conservative government. If a Conservative government got in those days, you would see a 100, 200, 300 point pop on a market. If a Labour government got in, you could see the same on the downside. And then in more recent times, I guess post-Blair or Blair and then onwards, the difference between the two, you never got the same kind of movement on elections on these. Basically, it could have been 50 points, it could have been 100 points, but it was never quite the same aggressiveness in the volatility. And now I think we're getting it back again. I think the Brexit does seem to be a huge pivotal voting event in the UK as well, and it's going to create extreme volatility.
And potentially also an opportunity because sterling has been going down. Suppose you go down even further, 0.85 or something like that, or you have a vote that Britain will stay, then you have the opposite reaction, or they will go out, but then people say maybe it's not as bad as we assume.
Or
but
they close their position, so you
it's also an opportunity. So I think there is an opportunity.